TubemogulTM.com, and today I'm going to show you how I set up my mini notebook for maximum productivity and flexibility. So I have a notebook here that I've been using for quite a while, and if you go through it, you can see it's definitely been used a lot. The first thing I do when I get my notebook is I break it into 3 sections. So the first section is to do or task, next actions, and I just write a quick list of the tasks that I'm working on at the moment. The next section I use is called projects, and this is going to be the biggest section of the notebook, and that's where I just track all the projects and things that I'm working on at the moment. The last section is called reference, and I just track little pieces of information here that I need to remember. User ID, phone numbers, a name, a person I need to talk to. So the reference section and the tasks or to-do list section are really very small, and the project section should take up most of your notebook. Now, a couple other things that I do with my notebook is in the beginning inside cover and the end inside cover, I usually put a bunch of these post-it flags and little post-it notes. And what that allows me to do is if there's a certain page where I may be writing more than I could fit on the page at any given time, I can stick extra notes on. That allows me to write more and keep it all on the same page where everything else is. And these little flags, instead of the section dividers that I place this way, I place little tabs with little kind of reference numbers or codes on them for myself along the top, and these are things that I know are in progress or there's something that I still have to do with it. So let's take a look, and I'll set up one of these notebooks from scratch. Okay, so you're going to need a couple supplies for yourself to do this. So obviously first thing you need is a little notebook, and I like Moleskine notebooks. This one was $11. I got it at Barnes & Noble, brand new, so I'll open that up. Peel the rubber strap open and take this little orange label off. Now you're going to need a couple of post-it notes, which I have here, a couple different sizes depending on what you like. You're also going to need a couple of these little flag tabs. So I usually break it into 3 sections. The first one will be my to-dos, so I'll put a tab there. I usually give this section about 5 pages. Then I start my project section, which is typically the biggest section in my notebook. And then I place the reference section in the back, which is usually about 5 pages also. So you can see I have my tabs that separate the sections, and you can see obviously my to-dos. My references are small, and my project section, where the bulk of my note-taking will go, is pretty large. Now I like to place some of these post-it notes in the inside cover. I've broken off a few sections where I have 3 or 4 notes. I'll just put those in there. I have some of these big notes, which are useful for bigger things that I'm going to write. Place these in the back. And then I fill in the spaces with some of these flags, which are very useful. It's always handy to have a couple different color ones if you want to use some color coding system. Now the other great thing about these Moleskine notebooks that I love is they have this flap in the back where you can keep things like your business cards or a phone number, a receipt, maybe a parking voucher or something like that. Really handy to use. And the last thing I do is I just label the sections just so I know what I'm looking at any given time. And I usually use a highlighter pen so they jump out at me a little bit. And that's it. That's how I set up my notes and use them when I'm at work.